Okay, before we start questions and answers, I just want to say this thing that you just seen, despite all that, it doesn't happen on an everyday basis, like 24/7, of course. Like journalists don't get killed every day. Russia's a wonderful country, and there's a lot of educated, open-minded people. So if you ever have a chance, do come to Russia. So yeah, okay, now questions.
First of all, I want to say it was a brilliant film and very important. My question is, do you think her moral evolution would have occurred had her career essentially not been decided as she won the commissar's election? Do you think she would have changed the way she did? Would she have had that group of friends, and would she have so much seen the light?
I think it was a rather natural way for her, like natural evolution, a step to start communicating with some liberal journalists and people of a totally different circle that she was having at the moment. And I think she would get there eventually. She would definitely leave Nasha because the things that she saw were kind of contradicting her moral values in a way, because it's impossible to stay in the movement when things like that happening around you, when you have certain moral values, I would say. So of course that was important that she lost that elections, and it was kind of had a great impact on her, but I think it wasn't the key thing. Yes?
Was this all done with footage and interviews, or were there things that were real after?
Everything, like the last footage that you saw, so we did our best to put them together, the main character, like the two main characters. That was the only thing that might look staged to you, but at the same time they were free to talk about whatever they want to. And everything was the footage in the interviews and some, I don't know, from some TV stations that we got it from, the footage. So
the beating is actually actual video footage of the beating?
Do you think we'll ever find an actor for that? Yes. Yes, that was the CCTV camera footage that we got. Yes.
How many women who are part of that the woman that you're following and people in that to have that
Like on the leading positions? Okay. I think that I haven't counted because it's like a huge movement, 30,000 people, but I would say it's pretty much equal. And important thing is that like people who stay in a small town, okay, of Russia, and of course at the age of say 18 or 17 you want to be part of something big, something important, right? That's the natural wish of young people, right? And when there is something that now we're going to go struggle, the evil of whatever in the opposition, of course you want to be part of that, because all you have for entertainment, for instance, is a small cinema in your small town, and you want to be part of something big, and you want to go see places, you want to go to Moscow to be part of that group, because it's an incredible feeling to be part of a crowd of 30,000 people, like united by the same idea, how wrong or right it is. It's a different matter, but still. I mean, I can't see the motives why a person would want to be part of this movement.
Excuse me, Sergey, in December there were two large demonstrations, mid-December and 25th of December. And I think that there were opposition demonstrations. And wasn't one of Putin's underlings ousted then because the author of the book, I can't remember his name, the man who burned it, there was a book burned.
Yes.
Wasn't he ousted after those demonstrations?
Yes, that's actually a good question. What is happening now in Russia? I don't know if you heard about the situation, but there was like a wave of demonstrations in Moscow, like the last one, yes, I think it was in December, and there was up to 100,000 people gathered on the street to oppose the idea of Putin coming back to power, like for good apparently. That's what he wants. And the man, the ideologist of Nashi, whose book was burned, apparently he was there to make sure that nothing like that would ever happen. This is what this youth movement was created in the first place for. And when this whole thing happened, of course he had to be put in charge of something different. And now he's in charge of modernization. You can imagine what. Yes, it was ousted.
Will you release the movie in Russia? Or
so now they're planning to do some screenings. I'm not sure how it's going to go and whether it's going to be like big in the cinemas or not. But now there are some talks about that with the Russian part.
Did she ever lose her privileges, the apartment and the car, and how do you expect this movie to impact her life?
Well, it's not that I keep in touch with that lady. She has been quite a pain in the neck for the whole production. So I tried to kind of distance myself from her. But though she's quite nice. So I'm not sure whether she lost her apartment, the car, and all that. Probably not. But as for the film, since now she's not doing anything at all which connected to political and any political things, she's not doing that. And I think that she's got a pretty good job right now. She's quite well established, and there can be some effect, but at the same time, she's got quite a positive image in this film. I mean, she's the one coming from a small town, willing to be part of something big and important, and then just being kind of tricked into something sort of evil and bad, and then after that realizing that she should kind of leave it behind. So as for the privileges, I think she's gonna, I cannot tell you that, but I think she's gonna keep all that. As for the impact, I don't think that there's going to be a huge impact. Probably she's going to be more fans and supporters and some more Valentine cards.
You said it took 4 years. Was this a movie, I mean, did you start off with some other assumption as you were documenting this, and it evolved to this? What happened 4 years ago?
So that's a very good question, actually. So 4 years ago, the movie was not meant to be at all political. It was meant to be about this huge youth group of people, the motives that make a young person join it, how a person evolves in it. So it wasn't at all meant to be so political. But then when this bidding happened, and when we attended this Russian march, when the posters were kind of thrown on the ground and trampled on, the movie, the director decided to take a totally different direction for the film. Because actually, first of all, it was rather scary, outrageous, and I mean, some people assume that this youth movement could have been behind the attack. So this is where it actually went to. So for 3 years, it was supposed to be just a film about a group of young people being part of Russia, not at all political.